Oh, I'm sorry. We wanted to make it more movie-esque.
Yeah.
Rather than a Where's Waldo. We were totally amateur. We had no clue what we were going to do. We
used
put Slenderman
Movie
in.
Maker, and we had to convert everything from the flip.
From
Who's talking about it? Who's saying what? And at this point, I think the guy's name was When You Go Mad, started a post on Fiction. And at the time, I never visited Fiction. I didn't even know they followed the whole Marble Hornets thing on Fiction, because that was basically what it was at the time. And so I see, Fiction, a place for all your ARGs. So something clicks. I go, now this sounds familiar. Now I never knew what an ARG was technically, but when Halo 2 was coming out and they did the I Love Bees, I don't know if you're familiar with that. Now I was like in 7th grade at the time, and I thought that was the most amazing aspect of any marketing campaign I've ever seen. So I'm like, it's like I Love Bees, and then I read about the Cloud Makers from the Steven Spielberg movie AI, and I was like, so this is what an ARG is all about. So now I bring the idea to the guys. They seem to like him. Like a couple of weeks after, a little after episode 6, that's when we had the first cash out with the.
And now, simultaneously, while he was cooking up the ARG aspect, me and Evan were on the phone for 4 hours a night coming up with the story. Because, like Jeff said, when we started this story, we were just kind of like, fitness, Slenderman, let's do this. And then eventually, me and Evan sat down and we said, all right, well, here's what we're going to do. And we got a solid story out that, to this day, is still morphing and changing. And we have what we want
There's
now.
one
I've noticed that because there's
of a story that we're just gonna throw in. There's some half our stuff is improv. I don't think we've ever stuck to a script.
Oh yeah, no.
We
would write them out
tried for the
and we're
first
like, all right,
3 or
guys,
4.
next episode we are definitely we're gonna do this because these are great ideas. And then when we get there, we're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And then it's like, let's do this.
And now that's not the best way to do things. As some of our, I'm sure you've seen some of our videos. We're like,
It's okay. You're doing the Jaws shootings now. That's completely fine.
Like,
we're trying.
We make a chart of like 3 or 4 things that we have to address, but everything else is improv. Like,
Well, that's just, I think it brings a very good sense of like camaraderie to the pieces, where it feels very. I feel like that's what makes it feel really real. Because like Marble Hornets, you watch Marble Hornets, and I love Marble Hornets. Don't get them, and it's just kind of feels.
The conversations Luna blocking. I've seen some of the other things that go on, like the Tribes 12. I didn't see too much of him.
I've seen Tribe 12.
But his.
we
But he doesn't have another person. Like
You're very
when
right.
you have
He's
another
doing it by
person,
himself.
he's feeding by himself. That's really
Which is
difficult.
good, yeah.
You know?
He
He does very well for
friends
that.
with the kid.
I'm actually going to be sending stuff
Jeff,
too.
He's very cool.
He's a cool guy, but
and
like
his videos are good for what he.
they're
what he can do.
awesome.
He's awesome.
But
Yeah.
like,
Did you see the last one? The newest
No,
one?
I missed
You
that.
saw the last
That
one
was
last
crazy.
night? That was great.
but I think it makes it easier because we are friends and we get along easily with each other. So when we're filming, we just
And all it
like
takes,
hang out
all
basically,
it
and then
takes
it's
is-
like, oh shit, what's that?
Yeah,
And we all just react.
honestly, he's the best actor out of all of us. He's second best on worst. But what happens is, Evan will get into like, holy shit, it's Slenderman mode, and then he'll follow suit, and then I'll be there. So it's like once he gets going, we snowball into like it's almost like we're really there. You know,